Let's talk next about the interactive presentations and the client reports. Right from Justin's planning page, so this is his sustainable scenario, I can jump into the charts. If I click on the charts button, this opens up 4 different charts for me right here on top of the planning page. They're also in the report, but I can open them up here and I can go in full screen if I wish, or just use them right here on top of the planning page. The great thing about the charts is that they're so interactive. If I hover over one of the items here, we can see it highlights in the chart below. I can also click on each item and empty the chart and then tell a story right from the beginning and show, here's your registered assets, non-registered TFSA, the real assets and liabilities, and then the overall net worth. And so for Justin, this makes sense because we ran the sustainable scenario to deplete all of his capital assets by the time he's 100 years old. So his final estate is the value of his home. And we can see how that appreciated over time. Next, we have the after-tax spending chart, which shows that Justin can maintain this consistent spending index with inflation throughout his retirement. And the next chart is our sources of income chart. Now this chart is very impactful. We actually created a survey for our clients and asked them what their own clients found the most impactful sections of the report, and this sources of income chart was one of those. Why is it so impactful? Well, in retirement, clients want to know, where's their money going to come from? It's pretty simple to see before retirement that here's employment income. We have 1 or 2 sources of income typically. But in retirement, there's so many. And what we can do is, again, tell a story. So use the interaction here to tell that story. So I can show Justin, let's start with your government benefits in retirement. And then where else is the money going to come from? We're going to pull some money from your non-registered account, your TFSA, and then your RIF will start when you're 72. I can put back in my employment income earlier on, and then I can even see the taxes paid over his lifetime. So in this case, we've got lower taxes before the RIF starts, and that might generate some discussion about maybe he'd like to try converting that to a RIF earlier, and how would that affect the projections? And you can jump in and make those changes right on the fly with your client. We've also got the asset mix chart, which will allow you to choose any given year and take a look at the asset mix. But let's jump into the client report. I can see along the left-hand side that I have a navigation window that I can jump to different sections of the report, and then I can choose which sections to include in my final copy. On the cover page, the first thing that you'll probably want to do is update the prepared by field and add a logo if you wish, and you can even choose a cover page that you would like. So jumping through the different sections, we've got our note to the reader, goals and objectives, where I've created a template. So at the bottom you can see I can choose save the current page for new scenarios, and by doing this, every time I create a new scenario, I can import this template and then make changes for that specific client. I've got the assumptions and the charts that we've already discussed. Next we have some tables. So the net worth statement shows the current net worth for Justin, and the net worth projection shows me very similar to the net worth chart, but now I can see all the numbers. So if your clients are very analytical and they really want to see the numbers, we have those tables for them. And then finally we have the estate summary, which is that final year and what the estate looks like. The most impactful page, according to the survey that we did, is this cash flow summary page. You can really tell a story here with all the information that's included, from all the income here. When Justin retires, we could start showing that CPP and OAS income starts, and then where is the other income coming from, and then we can show all of that information here, as well as taxable income and the marginal uneffective tax rates. So that's the income part of it, but we do also show on this cash flow summary the debt payments and the total taxes paid and premiums to CPP and EI. So it really has a lot of information, and it's a very helpful page for your clients. The income details page has just the income side of things, not the expense side. And when I'm ready to take a look at that final report, I can click Report Preview, and this will let me see in order all of the different pages that I've included. And then last step is just to click Generate PDF, and that will create this version that I can then download and print or download and send to my client through email.